Welcome to Unraveling the Truth of Paranormal Phenomena. In this intriguing series, we embark on a quest to separate fact from fiction in the enigmatic world of the supernatural. From haunted houses and ghostly apparitions to unexplained phenomena and psychic powers, we delve deep into the realm of the unexplained. Join us as we apply a critical eye and scientific reasoning to investigate the eerie stories that have fascinated and frightened humanity for generations. Are ghosts real, or are there logical explanations for the paranormal encounters people claim to have experienced? Can psychic abilities truly defy scientific understanding, or is there a rational basis for these seemingly inexplicable feats? We leave no stone unturned as we confront legends, myths, and urban tales head-on, separating the supernatural from the natural. So, if you're ready to confront the unknown and embark on a journey of discovery, join us as we unravel the truth of paranormal phenomena. Subscribe now and let the adventure begin. When people talk about the paranormal, they are generally referring to apparitions, clairvoyance, and other occurrences that defy the basic principles of scientific understanding. Although the perception exists that these spirits appear more often in times of crisis, such as during the coronavirus pandemic, in reality there must be a breeding ground in human psychology that allows them to flourish. 20 years ago, the Spanish Center for Sociological Research, CIS, conducted a survey in which 20% of Spaniards said they believe in ghosts and 9% in clairvoyance. In an attempt to get to the bottom of the issue, a group of British researchers have reviewed the 71 scientific studies published over the past 3 decades with the goal of finding reliable patterns as to how believers think. Among all these papers, which look at factors as contrasting as education, intelligence, or perception, there are few overlaps. According to the results of the study published in scientific journal PLOS One, but it does draw 3 conclusions that can help us better understand why there are some people who see a blur in a photo and believe their great-grandfather is appearing to them. One of the traits that defines such people is that they are less able to accept random events, that is to say, they have a greater tendency to see patterns where there are only randomly placed dots, or to see a face where there are only shadows. Results show greater consistency when perceptual decision-making tasks involve identifying a human face agent, with believers making significantly more false positive misidentifications than skeptics, the study says in its summary. This factor is self-explanatory. If when presented with an ambiguous stimulus we believe we are seeing something as concrete and defined as a face, it is easier for unexplained phenomena to appear in our surroundings. Neuroscientist Susana Martinez Conde says the mechanism that explains it is clear. The human brain is always trying to connect cause and effect, trying to find explanations to attribute significance to things that have none. A large amount of the information that surrounds us is random, chaotic, and disorganized, and our brain attempts to impose some kind of order. Department of Psychology, School of Life and Medical Sciences found that this belief in the paranormal also occurs more regularly in those who jump to conclusions. Although there is a significant lack of data to corroborate the possibility, in these cases, there would be a more accentuated natural tendency to confirm or reject one option without looking at possible alternative explanations. If a psychic levitates, it is because they possess otherworldly powers. The pattern that best describes these subjects is their way of thinking, which is more intuitive than analytical. A recent study showed that people who believe in parapsychology tend to be more satisfied with their lives than skeptics. The paranormal and conspiracy theories, an interesting aspect of the University of Hertfordshire study, its relationship with conspiratorial thinking, which has occasionally even led to acts of political violence and which could lead to a better understanding of these thought processes, at least from a cognitive point of view. Conspiratorial beliefs are similarly associated with increased perception of illusory patterns, reduced need for cognitive reflection, and biases against confirmatory and non-confirmatory evidence, the paper notes. What conspiracy theories and paranormal phenomena have in common is that we lack objective evidence to support them, says Martin S. Conde, director of the Laboratory of Integrative Neuroscience at the State University of New York. Furthermore, they arise from an experience that is more emotional than intellectual. As such, if someone is convinced from an emotional point of view that something is how it appears, it is very difficult to alter their opinion, even with objective evidence, and it becomes a question of faith. In the study, many factors that have previously been associated with paranormal thinking are either disproved or placed under question, because the relationship is either negative, weak, or contradictory. For example, academic performance, critical thought, intelligence, memory, which could be the root cause of distortions or bias, have been proven to explain belief in paranormal phenomena. The researchers emphasize that there is no existing theoretical model that can accurately describe the mosaic of smaller explanations drawn by their review. Pute concurs that there is still a lot of research to be done. Many of us are studying paranormal beliefs, pseudo-medicines, post-truth and hoaxes. There are a lot of related aspects, and until now they have been studied in a very separate way. Maybe it is true that we have to take the bull by the horns and unify all of this information. It is absolutely necessary to conduct deeper research